Welcome to our channel. If you're thinking of strapping on that travel backpack and hitting the road, I applaud your adventurous spirit. But before you book those one-way tickets, we need to talk about something important: women's safety. Some cities take harassment to a whole new level. Today, we're shining a light on cities where harassment is more of a horrifying rule than an exception. Let's kick things off in India's capital, New Delhi. This sprawling metropolis is a city of contrasts, where the old and the new coexist in a chaotic yet fascinating blend. From the ancient ruins of the Mughal Empire to the sleek modern skyscrapers, Delhi is a city that never ceases to amaze. Delhi, much like a Vindaloo curry, is a vibrant, bustling city that can be both exhilarating and overwhelming. The streets are always alive with the sounds of honking cars, street vendors calling out their wares, and the chatter of millions of people going about their daily lives. It's a place where ancient history collides with modern chaos, where you can find spiritual enlightenment and a really good samosa on the same street corner. The rich cultural heritage is evident in its numerous historical landmarks, while the street food scene offers a culinary adventure like no other. But Delhi also has a dark side, earning it the nickname of India's rape capital. The statistics are grim. As night falls, the city takes on a different character, with shadowy streets and dark alleyways that many women find intimidating and unsafe. According to a recent survey, 81% of women in Delhi have experienced sexual harassment in public spaces. This staggering figure highlights the pervasive nature of the problem and the urgent need for effective solutions. That's practically every woman you pass on the street. The daily reality for many women involves navigating a minefield of unwanted attention and potential danger. We're talking everything from leering and groping to stalking and assault. These experiences can leave lasting scars and contribute to a climate of fear and anxiety. The Indian government is aware of the problem and is taking steps to address it. Measures include increasing police presence in vulnerable areas and setting up women-only police stations to make reporting crimes easier and more comfortable for victims. They've implemented stricter laws, set up women-only police stations, and launched campaigns to raise awareness about gender-based violence. These initiatives aim to create a safer environment and encourage more women to come forward and report incidents. Women's rights groups and activists are working tirelessly to challenge the deeply ingrained patriarchal attitudes. They are advocating for systemic changes and pushing for policies that protect and empower women. They're organizing protests, providing support to survivors, and pushing for systemic change. These efforts are crucial in creating a society where women can feel safe and respected. This is a deeply rooted problem that requires a societal shift and a fundamental change in how men view and treat women. Education and awareness are key components in this battle, as they help to break down harmful stereotypes and promote a culture of respect and equality. Next, we're hopping over to Cairo, Egypt, home to the iconic pyramids. Unfortunately, Cairo also has a deeply ingrained culture of harassment towards women. A 2013 UN study found that 99.3% of Egyptian women have experienced some form of sexual harassment. The reasons behind this epidemic are complex, stemming from cultural norms, religious interpretations, and socioeconomic factors. There's a belief in some circles that men are entitled to police women's bodies and behavior. Reporting harassment often leads to victim blaming. Women are asked what they were wearing, where they were going, or why they were out in public. Amidst this bleak reality, there are glimmers of hope. A growing number of Egyptian women are speaking out against harassment, sharing their stories on social media, and demanding change. Organizations like Harassment are using technology to track incidents of harassment and hold authorities accountable. Mexico City, a megacity grappling with a shadow pandemic. Mexico City, or CDMX, is a metropolis that bursts with life and energy. But behind the vibrant facades lies a dark, secret gender-based violence. The city has witnessed a surge in femicides, the brutal murder of women simply because they are women. One high-profile case was the murder of Ingrid Escamilla in 2020, which sparked national outrage and ignited the #Ni Una Menos movement. This case exposed the deep-seated machismo and impunity that allow violence against women to thrive in Mexico. The government has taken some steps to address the issue, but progress has been slow and often met with resistance. There's a pervasive sense of impunity, a belief that perpetrators of violence against women can act with little fear of consequence. A growing number of women are refusing to be silenced, organizing protests and demanding justice for victims. Organizations are providing vital support to survivors, offering legal aid, counseling, and shelter. Istanbul. Between East and West, a struggle for safety. We're crossing continents again, landing in Istanbul, Turkey, a city that straddles the divide between East and West. This unique geographical position has made Istanbul a crossroads of civilizations for centuries, blending the rich histories and cultures of both Europe and Asia. Istanbul is a city of contrasts, a melting pot of cultures and contradictions. Here, ancient traditions coexist with modern innovations, creating a vibrant and dynamic urban landscape. The streets are alive with the sounds of different languages, the smells of diverse cuisines, and the sights of varied architectural styles. It's a place where you can wander through ancient bazaars, marvel at stunning mosques, and sip Turkish coffee while watching the sun set over the Bosphorus. The Grand Bazaar, one of the oldest and largest covered markets in the world, offers a sensory overload of colors, sounds, and smells. The Blue Mosque, with its intricate tilework and majestic domes, stands as a testament to the city's rich Islamic heritage. But behind this idyllic facade lies a complex reality for women, one where safety is not a given but a privilege often denied. Walking alone at night can be a daunting experience, filled with anxiety and fear. The bustling streets that seem so welcoming during the day can turn into places of vulnerability as the sun sets. While Turkey has made strides in women's rights, harassment and violence against women remain persistent problems. Statistics reveal a troubling picture, with many women experiencing some form of harassment or violence in their lifetime. Public protests have become a common sight, as women take to the streets to demand their right to safety and respect. Many women are reluctant to report incidents for fear of being blamed, shamed, or ostracized. The social stigma attached to being a victim can be overwhelming, leading many to suffer in silence. This culture of silence only perpetuates the cycle of abuse, making it even harder for women to seek help and justice. There's also a deep mistrust of the authorities, who are often seen as more likely to side with the perpetrator than the victim. This lack of trust in law enforcement and the judicial system further discourages women from coming forward. The fear of not being believed, or worse, being re-victimized by the system, is a significant barrier to justice. The government's response has been mixed, with lax enforcement of laws meant to protect women. While there are legal frameworks in place, their implementation is often inconsistent and inadequate. Activists argue that without proper enforcement, these laws are little more than empty promises. A growing number of Turkish women are refusing to be silenced, organizing protests and demanding justice for victims. These movements are gaining momentum, drawing attention to the urgent need for systemic change. Women are coming together, using their collective voice to push for a society where they can live without fear. Organizations like Morkati are providing vital support to survivors, offering legal aid, counseling, and shelter. These organizations play a crucial role in empowering women, helping them navigate the legal system, and providing a safe space for healing and recovery. Their work is a beacon of hope in the struggle for women's rights in Turkey. Sao Paulo, a city of samba and struggle for women's safety. Our final stop takes us to Sao Paulo, Brazil. This sprawling metropolis is the largest city in the Southern Hemisphere and a melting pot of cultures, traditions, and rhythms. Sao Paulo is a city that's both intoxicating and a little bit dangerous, a place where the rhythm of samba pulses through the streets. The vibrant music and dance are the lifeblood of the city, drawing people together in celebration. But behind the carnival atmosphere lies a darker reality for many women, one where harassment and violence are all too common. The festive streets can quickly turn into places of fear and vulnerability. Sao Paulo has a reputation for catcalling, where women are often objectified and harassed daily. This behavior is so ingrained in the culture that it often goes unchallenged, leaving women to navigate these streets with a constant sense of unease. Brazil, as a whole, has a serious problem with violence against women. The statistics are alarming, with high rates of domestic violence, sexual assault, and femicide. These issues are pervasive and affect women from all walks of life. It's a country where machismo is deeply entrenched, and violence against women is often tolerated. This cultural norm perpetuates a cycle of abuse and silence, making it difficult for women to seek help or speak out against their aggressors. The sheer size and anonymity of São Paulo can embolden harassers. In the crowded public transportation systems and bustling streets, women often find themselves isolated and vulnerable, with little recourse for protection. Reporting harassment to the police is often futile, as authorities are more likely to blame the victim. This lack of support from law enforcement only exacerbates the problem, leaving many women feeling helpless and unheard. Amidst this bleak reality, there are glimmers of hope. Women across São Paulo are beginning to stand up and demand change, refusing to be silenced any longer. A growing number of women in São Paulo are fighting back against harassment and violence. They are taking self-defense classes, forming support groups, and educating themselves and others about their rights and how to protect themselves. They're demanding that their voices be heard and their rights respected. These women are not just victims, they are survivors and warriors, leading a movement for a safer, more equitable society. Organizations like Think Olga are working tirelessly to raise awareness about gender-based violence and empower women to speak out. Through workshops, campaigns, and community outreach, they are making strides in changing the narrative and providing women with the tools they need to fight back. The journey is far from over, but the resilience and determination of these women offer a beacon of hope. In a city where samba and struggle coexist, the fight for women's safety continues, driven by the unwavering spirit of those who refuse to be silenced. So there you have it, folks. A not-so-fun trip around the world, highlighting cities where harassment is unfortunately rampant. It's a sobering reminder that for many women, traveling the world or even just walking down the street can be a risky proposition. But it's important to remember that this is not just a women's issue, it's everyone's issue. Men, we need you to step up, to call out your friends, brothers, and fathers when they engage in this kind of behavior. And to all the women out there, stay safe, stay informed, and never be afraid to speak out against injustice. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.